The 2010s are almost over, and if that makes you feel old as shit, join the club. To put into perspective how much 10 years truly is in the world of professional wrestling, here's how wrestling has changed. At the beginning, there was still TNA, AJ Styles was in TNA, Daniel Bryan got fired, CM Punk had yet to win a world title, and John Cena was the undisputed top guy. Now, the end of the decade means one thing. End of decade lists. I've been given the daunting task of compiling my favorite matches of the entire decade into one big top 10 list. Now, obviously, you're going to disagree with some, maybe even all of these, and that's okay. Does this look like the face of someone that should influence your wrestling opinion? No. No, it does not. With that said, I'm Hayden from the Broforce, and these are my top 10 matches of the 2010s.
Number 10, Tyler Bate vs. Walter, NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff.
At the first of three matches from this year alone on this list, Tyler Bate and Walter put on an absolute classic, the same day as both AEW's All Out and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Royal Quest. These men were out to steal the entire weekend, and they did just that. A 40-minute epic between two phenomenal talents, this match had everything. It set the tone for an amazing day of wrestling. Tyler Bate kicked out at 30 minutes into the match, and the building went insane. One kick out set the building loose. It made the UK title feel important again. Speaking of which, number 9, Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate, NXT TakeOver Chicago. Tyler Bates had a pretty good decade for someone that wasn't even a teenager when it started. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne were the OGs of the UK division, at a time where not many UK wrestlers signed with WWE, also known as the time that British independent wrestling was still alive. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate were at the forefront. This 15-minute classic was also the start of Pete Dunne's 685-day reign. In an era before the amazing takeovers we know today, Dunne and Bate stole the show. This would lead to Pete Dunne defending the UK title in various promotions and put all eyes on British wrestling. Number 8, Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 32. This was the year that women should have main evented WrestleMania. Way before 35, 32 was the right year. It was the return of the women's title, officially ending the horrendous Divas era. This was a sign of amazing things to come. For the first time, women were allowed to steal WrestleMania. They were finally allowed to go out and show what they could do. NXT had been treating women equally for years, and it was finally the main roster's turn. NXT sparked the women's revolution, but this match sparked the women's evolution. Charlotte deservingly became the first women's champion of the modern era and became a main star in the rise of women's wrestling that would follow. Number 7, Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Jesus, Tyler, why are you so good? For the third time, Tyler Bate is on my list, and for the third time, it's because of the emotion he can bring to fantastic wrestling. Mustache Mountain lost their NXT Tag Team titles to Undisputed Era due to Tyler Bate throwing in the towel, and this was their rematch. They teased Trent Seven doing the same before he threw the towel away, and the arena exploded. One throw of a towel set the arena off. And to fit the Tyler Bate pattern, he yet again was really good at losing. Yes, Mustache Mountain came up unsuccessful, but they made it incredibly emotional. You couldn't help but feel sad when Mustache Mountain lost, and that is what professional wrestling is built on. Number 6, AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, Survivor Series 2017. Nobody expected this match to be as good as it was, and if you say you did, you're a liar. This match was a last-minute change from the original champion versus champion match, Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. If you're new to wrestling and you're watching this, I swear I'm not joking. That actually almost happened. We've learned since this match that Brock Lesnar does great with smaller wrestlers, but we did not know that at the time. We were expecting the same Lesnar pattern, and this finally broke that pattern. AJ made an out-of-nowhere comeback after being brutally destroyed for the whole match to the point that we thought Lesnar was going to tap. We thought Brock Lesnar was going to tap. Brock makes the smaller guys look like $1,000,000, even in defeat, and this match set that trend going. Number 5, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 26. We didn't see much of Shawn Michaels in the 2010s other than this and a certain match I will not mention. The story leading to this was Shawn Michaels needed to face The Undertaker, but got the same answer every time. No. He was doing whatever it took. He entered the Royal Rumble since Undertaker was World Heavyweight Champion at the time, but lost. He tried to force Undertaker's hand repeatedly, but got rejected. So finally he cost Undertaker his World Heavyweight title at Elimination Chamber. That had to do it. That had to set Taker off. But the answer was still no. There was only one thing left for Shawn to do to get his match. He put his legendary career on the line. If he lost, the 20-plus year career of HBK was over. After 24 minutes of desperation and near fall, Shawn Michaels' career was over for good. Except for in Saudi Arabia. Damn it! Number 4, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, NXT TakeOver Toronto 2. Picture Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Pretty good wrestlers, right? Now picture great storytelling. Now picture a 3 stages of hell match. Now picture the first fall being a great wrestling match. Now factor in weapons. Now factor in a one-on-one score. Now picture that this means the only solution is a big cage full of weapons. Now picture this going an hour. Now picture a big fall. Yes, it was good as you just pictured it to be. Number 3, CM Punk versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 29. This is my favorite match in the entire streak. Out of 21 matches, this shined above all of them. The story leading to this 22-minute encounter between the straight edge savior and the dead man was controversial, to say the least, but I enjoyed it. Paul Bearer died, tragically, during this storyline, and WWE didn't hesitate to pull a WWE and to bring it into the story. However, they got the blessing from Bear's family, so I personally don't see a problem in it. This made Punk and Heyman look like jackasses, which was the intended goal. While I personally believe this should have been the match that killed the streak, this story made you want to see CM Punk get his ass kicked. And he did. Punk was unsuccessful and the final victim of The Undertaker's streak before it ended the year later. But the storytelling during this match undoubtedly lived up to the storytelling leading up to it. Number 2, Dustin Rhodes versus Cody, Double or Nothing. AEW may be new, but holy crap did they have a good first showing. Double or Nothing was a great show, so it wasn't a small feat when the Rhodes brothers stole the show. The story, added on to Dustin bleeding enough to turn the Grand Canyon into a pool, made this match amazing. This match is the definition of emotion in wrestling. This match brought out the worst of Cody in the best way. He rubbed his own brother's blood on his chest. He relied on Brandy interference. Dustin did everything to beat his brother while blinded by his own blood, including smacking his bare ass with his own weight belt. But ended up unsuccessful. Yes, after 22 grueling minutes, Cody hit a crossroads to put his brother down. Then posed the question, was Dustin done with professional wrestling? After the match, Cody took to the mic to say that he and a partner of his choosing were facing the Young Bucks at Fight for the Fallen, and he chose none other than his brother, Dustin Rhodes. Dustin, as of recording, is still going strong in professional wrestling, and after this absolute classic, it's clear why. Before we reach number 1 on this countdown, here are a few honorable mentions you can yell at me for. All Okada versus Omega matches, Moxley versus Omega, the WrestleMania 32 and 31 ladder matches, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 10, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn at TakeOver Dallas, all Gargano versus Ciampas, Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole on SmackDown. Now, with that said, number 1, CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. People often say that the crowd is the third man in the ring, and if this match didn't freaking prove that, I don't know what can. Celibacy Major Punk, in kayfabe, and outside of kayfabe until that night, if you choose to believe the rumors, was going to leave WWE on the night of Money in the Bank. The twist? He was in a WWE title match that night. If you want to hear more about this match, watch our sexily narrated video on the Summer of Punk. Thanks for watching. You wanna hear about it now? Well, Money in the Bank was in Chicago, which happens to be both Chili Mango Punk's hometown and crazy when it comes to wrestling. Even John Cena knew there was no point to pander to the crowd, as he made a very serious entrance, which was rare for the Fruity Pebbles loving 2011 John Cena. The crowd went nuts for every little bit, the tiniest bit of offense their straight edge savior did. Bell to bell, they had the crowd in the palm of their hands. When Cena locked in the STF on Punk, John Laurinaitis and Vinnie Mac came down to the ring to ring the bell. But Cena stopped the screwjob attempt, and he walked back into a GTS for his troubles, stayed down for the 3, Call Me Punk was WWE Champion. He made his exit through a bunch of, as previously mentioned, crazy Chicago wrestling fans that got what they wanted. What happened after that? Let's not talk about that.